Y'all hear? You got to know where to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. My daddy, he was a gambler. Hey, Miss Sherry, Kimberly White, L.A. Fabulous. Baby, I don't know why it is painful to see people just throwing money away. So for the last couple of days, I've been hearing the story about Bruno Mars. I'm not real familiar with his music. I think I've become aware of him when he had a hit record. I had no idea that he was making the kind of money he's apparently making. But he is literally, hey there, Lee. Let's make sense. You from Indianapolis? Oh, 34th Street. Shit, I lived on 34th. Where did I live? I lived on 36th Street, between 34th and 38th Street. I was at 36th and Butler. How y'all doing today? This just breaks your heart. Bruno Mars apparently owes MGM Hotel $50 million. Can you imagine $50 million just to sit at the table and play a silly ass game? Right? Now, I feel for the dude because I understand what addiction is. He is hooked. I'm trying to figure out how in the hell is this hotel going to let this man who's performing there under contract with them get in that kind of debt? Right? Somebody said he was making losing $16 million in one night. Now you would think that they would cut him off at some point. At some point, the debt would be too much. We're not going to carry you for no damn $50 million. But we can't blame the hotel. We got to blame you. You are an addict. You are an addict no worse than, no better than a crack addict or a heroin addict. God forbid, a fentanyl addict. This is what a waste. Now we know that is your business, Bruno Mars, and we know that you're making a lot of money right now. Apparently, you are under contract with MGM Hotel, and if that's just your money, you can do whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you, it is embarrassing. I think it is pitiful, and I think you need help. You need serious help, honey, because what's going to happen is we don't listen to the same artist forever. There are very few that break through where you're listening to the same artist for 40 years. It very rarely happens. Yeah, there are some greats out there. There's always going to be the Aretha Franklins and the superstars that break through. Madonna, they're always around, kind of thing. But very few do that. They'll listen to you for a while, they get tired of you, and they'll move on, right? And you mean to tell me they're going to move on and you ain't gonna have no money? You haven't even bought a house because you're in such debt. And I don't know what's going on in Vegas right now. And I know MGM is a legit company, I believe, owned by corporate interests. But Vegas is not known for bullshitting about their money, right? Vegas was started by gangsters, correct? And they're still, they didn't just say, okay, we'll just leave it alone. We don't want to do it no more. No, hell no, honey. I don't think you're going to be able to walk out of that place owing them people $50 million unless there's some kind of, they're playing you where they want you to be in debt to them. Because apparently he's making something like $90 million. What does that mean? 90 million. Is it $90 million a year? I mean, how much? I mean, I've been to Vegas. I lived in Vegas for a short time. But how many seats are there in the theater in Vegas? He's making $1.5 million a night and going and then just blowing it on crap tables or whatever the fuck he's doing. It's crazy. It is a serious, serious addiction, and you need to get out. Now we understand that there's some method to the madness here, but apparently this was his hustle before he became famous as a singer. He was a gambler. That's how he made his money. Well, it's one thing to hustle up money, walk away, know when to walk away, know when to run. You hustle up money because you ain't got shit to lose, really, right? All you can lose what you got in your pocket. But you got all this money, this $95 million a year. That's an awful lot of money. Whatever. You got all this money and you are giving it right back to the people who are paying it to you, right? I think you're caught up. I don't believe they'll let you get in that kind of debt unless they had some method, some reason, correct? So basically, we're talking about not you're in debt now, $50 million right now. This is how much they're reporting that you owe them right now. But you didn't stop gambling, correct? How you gonna dig your way out of that? You over there making $16 million debts? I mean bets? No, they have you. So essentially, MGM is getting your performances for free. They say you bring in $1.5 million per performance. I don't know how you can get that many people in one of those damn rooms in there. But whatever. They say 1.5 million, right? And you are going on there, you're giving them great shows, you're bringing in people coming to the casino, and they gamble. That's the whole game in Las Vegas, right? So what I'm saying is this, they're not paying you anything. Even though you're pulling in $1.5 million a night, MGM is not paying you anything because whatever they pay you, you give it back to them in gambling debts. It's crazy. So y'all that are fans of Bruno Mars, he's a much younger guy. I feel for him. That boy's lost. You didn't recognize this? They say he's had drug charges behind in his history. So we don't know if he's sitting at them tables drunk or drugged or whatever else is motivating him and driving him. But gambling is an addiction. It is a serious addiction. That's why when you go to Vegas, they got all these signs on here. Cash for cars. Cash for cars. We'll buy your car, right? Because people have to sell their cars because they lost all their goddamn money, and they go back and they sell their car for cash, and then they go put the cash in the hotel. Lord have mercy. All right, people, what y'all have misunderstood? Neck bone, pinto beans, and cornbread. What's going on? Poor Bruno. Andrew Caldwell got fired from the... What? Andrew Caldwell got fired from the radio station? He had another job at a radio station? Oh, I didn't know. He gets fired a lot. You know, Andrew got all that that anger in him, child. He wants to blow horns in people's ears and things, right? So I'm sure he's very hard to work with. When he went there to audition for this damn thing on Zeus, he saw that they were kicking ass he showed up in a fur coat in the middle of the desert, right? They immediately put their focus on him. He knew he was going to be getting his ass kicked on a regular basis, and he got the hell out of there, correct? Because he can't control his mouth. That doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised he could even hold a job. I thought MGM just put out a statement clearing up well, we can't go by what they say. Child. They can say what the hell they want to say, right? If this is bad publicity for them, they're going to say, no, we didn't do that. Anybody could see that they have to have some kind of motivation for allowing him to get in that kind of debt, right? What's the payments on $50 million? And he working for your casino. Oh, please. I think he's probably getting played. I think they recognize that he has a gambling habit. He is addicted to gambling, and whatever they put out, they're getting it right back. So it's not costing them nothing. I mean, what does it cost to gamble? They ain't losing nothing. All they do is go in there and just putting more and more and more money in, right? They win a couple of dollars, they win 10,000, right? So I just won 10,000. Therefore, I'm gonna get 100,000, and then you put the 10 plus another 90,000. It's the craziest thing, honey. And they got crazy people in Vegas. I'm not saying MGM gonna do something to him, but it don't take all that much to hire somebody. Collection people. I'm sure Vegas employs these people who collect, but they ain't got to worry about collecting as long as he's performing. So now he can't stop. They're probably gonna trick him into some long ass contract, knowing that he's a compulsive gambler. He can't help himself, and he'll never get out of that debt because whatever they reported a few days ago. That's that many days that he's been continuing to gamble. You don't get in that kind of debt unless you are gambling consistently. Hell, it might be 100 million by now, or whatever they decide they need to keep him under in order to keep him there. He's working for free. Bruno used to be on cocaine. Wait a minute. Bruno used to be on cocaine when he was with Motown, but he's supposed to be clean now. Junkie walking in the twilight. He's a long, long way from home. He left home 15 years ago. Y'all keep saying, kick it, quit it, Lord. But did you ever try to turn your sick soul inside out so that the world will watch you die? Right. So if he was a heroin addict, that means he's still an addict. I was a meth addict, right? If I were to sit here and do a line of crystal methamphetamine, girl, I'll be right back out there on them streets, hustling day and night, giving everything to the dope man. It's just the way it is, Sonny. You stop one thing, you'll start something else. That's why I don't do shit. I ain't doing nothing. I'm enjoying my retirement. So, yeah, I saw that he's been arrested for drug charges. If he was a junkie going in, you know, those record companies are very manipulative. If they know you're hooked on something, they'll make sure you get it, whatever it takes to keep you on that stage, honey. And I think Vegas is the kind of place where you work every night, right? So he's been pulling them in, and they done figured out a way to not pay him anything. 50 million, that's not for a whole year. He making 95 million a year. He gonna give them at least 90 million of it. Who will be his advisor, honey? If you know that you are a gambling addict, you can't control yourself. You've been gambling since you was a little baby, right? You've always gambled, and now you got all this money, child. Don't take no, what do you call those things in Vegas where they play for a while? Don't take a contract in Vegas. That's to be the last place you go. And now, what's he in his 30s? You got to start preparing yourself for what happens after this, honey. There's some people get out the music industry and they're rich people. They still live in large. They still have a house, right? But there's a whole lot of them who are lost after people stop buying the tickets, honey, right? When your time is gone. The Bible says it's a time for and season for everything, right? And you still hooked on, because, I mean, the gambling don't go away. You'll be hooked on gambling. You're going to owe these people all this money. So basically, you're performing for free. Residency is the word. Thank you, Goonies. You are pretty smart, Goonies. You have a lot of information in that brain. Bruno has always talked about his cocaine habit into the public. This is much worse than cocaine, right? You can't snort up no $50 million, right? And you sit up here giving it to these fools that's supposed to be paying you and you paying them. You're going to look back at this time and say, you know what? I really got played. I played myself. I need to get out of this contract in Vegas. I don't need to be walking through the casino saying, oh, not tonight. I won't do it tonight. And all that is no different than being on heroin, honey. Right? And get your ass out of Vegas. This is not a good fit for me. But you can't tell people when they had enough. At some point, they're going to have enough. Baby, when that damn tow truck comes and pulls your Rolls Royce out of your garage, that might be his bottom. Right? Who was I just watching the show? Y'all remember Helen Reddy? There's a show on Netflix. I think it's just called plain Helen. But Helen Reddy, she was a big star in the 70s, right? They tell her whole stories, biography. But they showed how she married this man. The man helped her to become a star. This is on Netflix right now, Helen. And she's the one that's saying, I am woman, hear me roar. I'm a voice you can't ignore. I can do anything. I am strong, strong. I am invincible, I am woman. They call that the theme for the women's movement back in the 70s. Correct? But she married this man. The man early on was doing little toots of cocaine. At the end, he has done so much cocaine. The man she married, probably be her manager, he had lost everything, including her house, cars. She gave away her Grammys. She no longer had respect for the the industry at all because of the way they had done them. But she didn't know this man was putting it all up his nose. He blew through all of her money. It was pitiful. And when she left him finally, she came to her senses, her career was essentially over. She was done. It's crazy. A lot of these women, these divas, honey, who got hooked up with these men who can't control their gambling, they can't control their drug use, all that kind of stuff. But if he was a junkie going into it, then he probably still is. Or he switched all that energy over to being a gambler. It's sad. It's sad. I'm sure it makes his family want to cry. Because all the money he's making, he might put his mom in a house and stuff like that, right? But when the money gets low, he'll go get his mama a house. That's the way it is with compulsive gamblers, honey. He needs treatment and a financial advisor. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. They got 12-step meetings, just like they got it for alcohol and drugs and all that. They also Overeaters Anonymous. They got all kind of anonymous this, anonymous that. And they also had one of the primary things is Gamblers Anonymous. And get your ass out of Las Vegas. I don't know that you can even leave Las Vegas at this point. Surely they have you under contract for this residency, right? And more than likely, if you leave out of there and you owe them $75 million, child, right? You're going to have to stay. You're going to have to renew it. They got you by the balls, bruh. Because you didn't recognize the trouble you were in. If he got cocaine and gambling, it's going to be a tragedy. Let's see some of y'all comments. Ooh, I'm missing out. Okay. He needs to be slapped. Oh, come on now. I stand accused of love. You just a little too much. And I hope, oh Lord, I sure enough hope it's not a crime. You know why? Because I'm guilty of loving you. You know them songs, they inspire me, honey, these names. Well, being slapped wouldn't make any difference. Plus, when they're a star like that, you know, they feel like they're invincible. They'll always make money. It's not the truth, right? Probably in his career, even, the record companies are making a lot more money than him. He ain't making shit from MGM, and if they have him under contract, that's probably the only place he's performing. So he just pumping all the money back into the hotel that employs him. That's crazy. They ain't gonna let him walk away from the contract. No way. MGM released a statement today stating Bruno Mars is not in any kind of that's impossible. The man is a gambler. This was his hustle before he became a singer. He's under contract, under residency with the MGM hotel. You mean to tell us that we're so far off that not only does he not owe them $50 million, he doesn't owe them anything? That's a statement put out by the hotel, honey. They don't want people to become curious about how you let this boy come up in here and get in debt $50 million, particularly when he's supposed to be making $95 million. Why wasn't he paying for the money? Why wasn't he betting his own money, right? No, you wanted him in debt. So don't go by that. Don't go by what MGM says, the statement. And you can't go by what Bruno. What junkie gonna come and tell you? I'm a junkie. I'm a junkie walking in the twilight. No, they never tell you that, honey. I was a high roller blackjack player. Oh, Prima Wanda, you full of surprises here. Let me see. I was a high roller blackjack player. I started winning a lot of money and foolishly thought I could break the house. Baby, let me tell you this story, honey. When I was 19 years old, I left Indiana, headed for Los Angeles, right? My car broke down in Las Vegas. I ended up staying there a whole summer, right? Now, I didn't know a damn soul outside of Indianapolis, Indiana, right? So I went I made it to Vegas. My car was tore. I had a nice car at being a 19-year-old boy, but the damn drive shaft fell out of it, right? So I'm stuck in Vegas. So I go and I am desperate at this point because I'm all the way across the country. 19 years old, never been out of my hometown in my life, right? And I got to Vegas and I was actually hungry. First, I went to the MGM hotel. I tried to lie to them and tell them that somebody had pickpocketed me, stolen my wallet. This is the thinking of a 19-year-old, right? Obviously, they got cameras all over the damn place, child. Ain't nobody stole nothing from me. They're watching out for their millions, not for me talking about somebody. Well, I don't know if my young mind thought they were going to give me some money or something. They didn't give me shit, but send me to the police station. The point is, I called my uncle. I said, Uncle, I'm in Vegas. I don't have no money. Can you send me anything? Right? My uncle sends me $300. I pick up the $300 and I go to downtown Las Vegas. Now I haven't even eaten yet. I went to Western Union, picked up the money. I have not even eaten yet, and I'm hungry. I go to the dime slot machines now. These are dimes. I don't know how to gamble. I'm a boy. I put every dime of that $300 in the slot machine, right? And on that very day, I was delivered. Never again, honey. So I know how addictive that thing can be. I think I won a little piece of change. It went up a couple $100. Of course, I put all that back in too. So I put the 200 that I won and plus the 300 that he gave me. And I still haven't eaten. I can well imagine, baby. I had that, but I didn't know I was going to end up being a drug addict and all that kind of stuff. I had no idea. This is how you find out, honey. You got to live. Mm-hmm. Thought you could break the house. Mm-hmm. I got family members, honey, went to Vegas and won a few dollars. Fortunately, they don't live there, but they've been gambling ever since. Still chasing that $5 grand, honey. This may be why his tickets are so. His tickets alone would have to be real high. How the hell you gonna get a $1.5 million out of a room in Vegas? How big is the room at MGM? I don't remember. I didn't watch any shows there. But how big can it be? Aren't those mostly dinner? They have tables there. You come in, you're around there. So even if they're paying $200 or $300 a piece, that's still. I just don't see how they getting that kind of money. Not no $95 million a year. So we can't go by what they say. I know you definitely can't go by what MGM is saying, John. They're playing that, boy. Mm-hmm. He's not in any kind of debt. I wouldn't trust that. I am misread. Imagine wasting all that money, though. You're gonna end up with nothing. You're gonna go right back to the ghetto where you came from, child. Y'all believe that prayer changes things. Pray for him. Pray for him. He needs help. But he's got to hit his bottom, whatever that is. Some people hit their bottom and they're still rich. And some people got to lose absolutely everything to hit their bottom with drugs or with gambling. There's not that much difference in it, right? Some people have to lose their marriage, their wife. Some people have to lose visitation with their children. Whatever your personal bottom is, that's it. It's over, right? When I got robbed in the Tenderloin, they didn't actually get anything. It was an attempted robbery. Somebody smashed a beer bottle over my head. They come out between two parked cars, child, 3 o'clock in the morning. Smashed a beer bottle over my head. I'm running down the middle of the damn street, blood gushing all out of my head and all this shit. The motherfucker didn't even snatch my bag, which then had nothing but clothes in it. And essentially, that was it. That was the bottom, honey. Now, I still continue to do drugs and sell drugs for another year or so, right? Went back to prison once. But essentially, that was the end of it. These niggas gonna kill me over this bullshit ass drugs, girl. No, I lost interest in it. The tickets are too damn high. The rent is too high, and so are the tickets. Hi, Soul Sister Number One Show and Prima Wanda. Y'all the two moderators here? Okay. Thanks for coming in. Oh, Timothy, sweetheart. Isn't that nice? The Goonies, what's going on? Bruno just going to buy some of that Trump property when it goes on fire sale. Poor Trump. He got a bitch. Poor Trump. They finally caught his ass. Trump says he can't get nobody get a bond for no $400-something million. Of course not. Who the fuck gonna give you $480-something million, child? Bail you out when you know you ain't gonna win the damn appeal. If you appeal anything, you're gonna knock a little bit off the top. That's gonna be the best they can get. They're not getting their money back. You have a reputation that precedes you, Donald Trump. You don't even pay people who work and build these damn buildings that you own some part in, girl. You don't even pay them. You haven't even. How many lawyers have you actually paid, Donald Trump? What the fuck are you letting Rudy Giuliani? He's looking like a damn shriveled up prune. Got to be around 80 years old, girl. And you won't even bail him out. They're going to take his house. He's going to be homeless or in the studio apartment. And you allowed it to happen, Donald Trump. Why did it happen? Because he spent all his time defending you and you didn't even pay him. Just like all the contractors you ripped off. You ripped off everybody. And now you want them to give you $480 million, child. Just throw it away. You ain't getting that money back. The E. Jean Carroll thing, they said he didn't even pay. He ain't even paid that money. He got some kind of promissory note or some kind of bullshit, girl, that they're not allowing that to happen again. They said you are so far into debt. $500 million, $500 million in debt, child. And he think he can just do anything he wants. And I don't know why, with all the eyes on him, with 300 million people watching what's going on with Donald Trump, they are still allowing that dude to push all these cases closer and closer to the election, right? When he gets to be, he wants to be the president, so he ain't got to pay all these people, right? That's what happened last time. They halted everything, right? And as soon as your ass was out of office and you pulled that the insurrection bullshit, everybody came after that ass, right? And that's what we're witnessing. And you have the audacity, the nerve, the unmitigated gall to run for president again, girl. After what we've been through with you, nothing but stealing and scamming, and all that bigoted, racist shit. I don't know what drug you got these people on, but apparently they're all like in a cult. Yes, Sandra, the allegations of his drug use. Somebody said he started his career on coke. I don't know if it's crack or coke. No, one's not much better than the other one, right? That's a money drain as well, but it ain't no money drain like no $50 million. How are you gonna be a compulsive gambler, live in Las Vegas, performing in Las Vegas? It's crazy. It's crazy. You get to recognize, honey. Hell no. I'm not going nowhere where they're doing crystal meth. That would be crazy. That would be insane. That's why I ain't got no trade, no boys coming over here, honey, because they're all dope fiends. No, I don't want to hear about it. I don't need to know shit about it, girl. Recognize your weakness. Let me see. What else I say? This is what you call a man wrote a check his ass couldn't cash. And that number is constantly changing, child. Honey, you don't run up that kind of debt and then all of a sudden you just don't gamble now. I don't want to be bothered with it tonight. Please. You got to understand what addiction is. Bruno been talking about cocaine since he came out as a singer, as an adult singer, not a child. Okay. Yeah, there are some of us who have addictive personalities. But I did learn my lesson in Vegas early on. I later fell into other kinds of addictions. Just sad to think that he would work that hard and get all these awards and make all these records and all this stuff, and basically work hard at these damn hotels, and he's not going to end up with getting anything from it, right? It ain't costing MGM nothing. If we pay him and he gives all the money back to us, how are we losing? We're getting him for free. At one time, they said the same about Gladys Knight when she had a residency in Las Vegas. Gladys Knight was gambling? Oh, Lord, have mercy. I never heard about that one. That's the last place you want to be, honey. It's like being an alcoholic bartender. Why put yourself through it? Where's his manager? She probably got a lot of these singers when their career is over, they'll tell you, "Oh, my manager ripped me off for $100 million. Oh, my manager moved to Mexico some damn where." They take the money too. If you're incapacitated, you're on drugs, people gonna take advantage, honey. They know this shit don't last forever. I don't think Bruno has a manager anymore. Ooh, no manager? Bruno is like Prince pretty much do anything by himself. Yeah. Goonies, in order for him to get in $50 million of debt, that means he's already run through his own money, right? In other words, he only getting in debt because he don't have no money. He done blown through all the millions of dollars he done made. Now he's running up debt. You don't run up debt when you have cash. You just pay it. Would you guys please hit the like button? Thank you. Allegedly, she had a bad gambling problem. It's very easy to get hooked on it, honey. That's the main entertainment in Las Vegas, gambling. Vegas is all about gambling. Some people go there, they get off the plane. The airport is right on the strip. They go from the strip to the hotel room, and they don't leave the table till they leave, girl. They don't know nothing about no shows. They don't know about nothing, child. They get off the plane and go right to the casino. Correct? And when the casino is through with them, they'll take their ass back. You're fortunate if you're not an addictive type personality. Many people are not. They can go and say, I'm gonna, I can gamble for $1,000 and that's it. And that's all they're taking with them. I'm gonna pay everything cash. I don't want on no credit card, nothing. Some people can do that. Many people do drugs and don't get hooked. Although I think some of these hard drugs is very hard to do. Right? But you got to get your ass up on that stage every single night. It wouldn't surprise me. Ooh, a handful of beef sector content creators have gambling addiction, allegedly. Ooh, I didn't know that, Alfreda Gross. I didn't know that, honey. I wouldn't wish the kind of addiction on nobody. Yeah, the trick is to let you win something. When you win something, then you start chasing it, right? And nothing better than you hear the machines. You see all them old ladies at the machines, child, and that thing started ding, 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 and you just won $10,000. You're gonna spend the rest of your life trying to hear that sound again. And you might put that whole 10 grand right back into the machine, child. That's why we have a Las Vegas. Now, times have changed significantly. It used to be Las Vegas and Atlantic City were the only places you could gamble. I think Lake Tahoe, places in Nevada. But now they got gambling all over the place. So be careful, people. Be cautious. I personally know people hooked on gambling. Messes up everything, They paying their car note to the casino. Notice the song on Silk Sonic was not funk. Didn't he have a song about some kind of funk? Bruno Mars. Stevie Wonder, Trent Reznor. Trent Reznor. I haven't heard that name in a long time. I used to love that song. Trent Reznor. He was a very talented guy. I wanna fuck you like an animal. I wanna hear your body move. Excuse me. I forgot where I was. Trent Reznor. George Michael, executive produced and written all their albums by themselves, all platinum selling. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people have had hit songs, honey. Then they have other expenses as well, because he ain't up there on the stage by himself, is he? Is his group still together? Got to pay the band. All that comes out of him. You play the lotto once a month for $2. You know, Sandra, I won't even try that. I won't even try. I've never bought a damn gambling. After that incident when I was 19 years old, no way. Only time I gambled while I was in prison. We used to gamble for soups. Top ramen soups. The soup cost 25 cents. So the most you were going to lose was $1, 4 soups. I bet 2 soups. We had very limited resources in there. The more money you got, though, the more damage you can do. Soul Sister #1 show said we'd only need 9 more subscribers to make 200. Oh, to make 200. I thought we had 22,000. Thank you. His last album, Silk Sonic, was homage to funk, disco, and soul ballads. The one song on the album 777, Slot Machine Jackpot. Shit. He don't need to be there. He does not need to be in no damn Las Vegas. And I would think that he doesn't even need to be gambling, period, at all. When you was hustling, you needed the income and you could play poker or whatever. That was a different season in life. Now you're supposed to be a rich man. More than likely, if he owes them $50 million, that is not the only hotel where he has gambled in Las Vegas, right? They run up debt in more than one place because they go from hotel to hotel. I'm sure he don't just get off the stage and just come and sit there at a table all night and gamble away the rest of the night. So we don't know what the situation is with that man. It's going to be a tragedy, though, if he ends up broke and penniless or something worse. That's 23,000. I think I think we passed 23. I've been stuck at 23,000 a long time, I spent so much time in the beef sector. The beef sector, you can only get so many subscribers. You can only go so far. And mainly the number of subscribers just indicates how long you've been on here, right? You can just come on, honey, and if you're getting 3,000 subscribers, and I got 22,000, but I got 3,000 too. We get the same thing, right? So it's not so much important how many subscribers you got. Many people have had a hot period and they go up to 60, 70, 80, 100,000. And then they have all this low time when they're not getting no new subscribers, but they still got at their highest point. They still have those numbers. So don't be deceived by who's got the most subscribers. That's just history. Oh, we ain't even talked about the back room gambling. Up in the rooms, honey, with the champagne. That's the high rollers. What? Okay, so probably that's where he's losing his money at, with the high rollers. Anytime you make $1 million, why would you throw your money away like that? That's crazy. I know in your mind you think, well, I'm going to turn this million into 10 million because I'm a real gambler. It's bullshit. It's the trick of the mind, honey. It's why Vegas became what it is. Las Vegas, started by gangsters. What was the gangsters? You heard about them in The Godfather. Who was that, Ames? Who started that? Was it Lucky Luciano or somebody like that? I don't know. They say it's mostly run by corporate people now. That don't mean anything. They can still spend money to get their money. Ooh, you saw a man on the gurney playing the slots. Oh, Lord, have mercy. He tried to get money to get their hospital bill. Okay. Hi, Monkey Mom. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, don't forget. Oh, if you don't believe me, just watch. Ow! I remember that song. Oh, that's when we know him from. Okay. Bruno Mars had no debt with them. Online, New York. Okay, let me read that, Nita. Now, I don't believe anything that comes out of the mouth of MGM Hotel, right? Of course, they're not going to tell you that they are letting people get that kind of debt when they're under contract for them to perform there. They're not going to put that in print, correct? But according to Nita, the news online stated that MGM and Bruno Mars have no debt with them. Okay. Online New York Post. That's their statement. I mean, I don't know what else we could expect from them or him. He ain't going. He's not going to admit to his weakness. The mobster's name was Bugsy Siegel. Who was that one that they killed in the Godfather show? He was one of the ones that helped build Las Vegas, and the Corleone family. I forget how it goes, Chef. It was all mobster run. A lot of these gangster movies, they're still presenting that they own Las Vegas. I don't know. Okay, I'm not reading the chat apparently. Well, Mucky Mom 53, I don't necessarily believe what statement MGM puts out. These people are serious. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars, yeah. Correct? We can't go by what they say. You have to go by what the investigative reporters say. Somebody start digging in that ass, honey. Yeah, so that doesn't surprise. I don't know what else we could expect them to say. I bet you he's not walking away from that contract, though. Mo Green. Damn, Goonies, you know everything I'm thinking. Goonies, are you one of these people who, as you're talking, you're looking up stuff on Google, you're Googling things? You seem to know all the tea. Mo Green. He said, Coleones don't even have that kind of smoke no more, whatever. And Michael Corleone put a bullet through his brain. I remember they shot him in the eye. The movie 21 with Lawrence Fishburne, Kevin Spacey was close to the truth. I never watched that. I never watched the gambling movies. I thought it was depressing. But maybe I'll check that out. I do like Fishburne and Spacey. One's supposed to be a teacher or something. There was one that had a teacher who was bringing his kids to count numbers in Vegas. It seems like all the Vegas movies involve the mob. Monkey Mom, I checked the truth and myth. Where did the story come from then? I don't know. It's too many people reporting the story for it to have no truth. For MGM to come and say, oh, he doesn't owe us anything at all, that's suspect to me. I think if I was in the game and this guy was bringing in all this all his business, and we got to pay him $95 million a year. If I was in the game, if I was a gangster, I would think it would be a good thing for me to have him in debt, right? The only way he's going to get out of debt is to keep performing. That's right. Get up. Get your ass back out there. Okay, I'm just saying. I played with Michael. What? You played with Michael Jordan? Are you a serious gambler? On the blackjack table? Did you ever win anything, Primo? I mean, at the end, did you walk away with something? No, it's fun. I'm not going to say that it's not fun, but when you are hooked on it, it's not so much fun. It's something you have to do. Just like with dope, the fun leaves. Now it's just addiction. People lose their house, lose their cars, lose their wife, their children, lose everything, and go back sit in them tables. Wait a minute. What are you saying, PDP? I just read the other day that the horse head in the bed was actually a real head to get the guy to scream for real. Oh, he's talking Godfather. And the Godfather, he had the prize horse. This guy, he was in the movie business. He wouldn't hire a certain character because the character had an affair with his girlfriend. He had taken her, right? And he refused to let him play in a movie. So the Corleones, they're Corleones, right? They made him an offer he couldn't refuse, but he did refuse. And he said, I ain't scared. I'm not afraid of you. And he woke up screaming because there was a horse's head in his bed under his covers. He felt the blood and he began to scream. All the woman come up out of him, honey. And he signed it on the dotted line. That's how they did business. Be quiet, you ding dong. Do it. It's love, daddy. Mm-hmm. Who is this? Hello, Tim in chat. The company said claims that it was Mars on the hook for millions were completely false. Okay, so y'all think the gangsters are going to tell y'all the truth, girl? We're proud of our relationship with Bruno Mars, one of the whatever. Okay. Well, Nina, we can believe we want to. That's just a press release. Anytime you got a scandal, you put out a release. That's bad publicity for them. Mm-hmm. And him. Monkey Mom, I went to the casino twice. Both times it felt like I was in purgatory. Not for me. I can tell the addicts. Okay. On the cruise ships early in the AM, folk waiting for it to open. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they got all them cruise ships they got gambling on. I think that's what they do over there in St. Louis. Because some of my family members, they go to St. Louis to gamble. Now things change so much that, as far as I know, they got gambling in Indiana now. I don't know. I have no idea. Not something I'm willing to touch ever again. It's like crack. No power gangsters left in Vegas. Only street level gangs. No power gangsters. Child, we don't know about all that, Goonies, now. They're not going to tell you they're gangsters, child. They're supposed to be invisible behind the scene. But the street people, the street gangsters, they are not building no MGM hotels. MGM has been there probably the longest, but those are multi-billion-dollar investments. Mm-hmm. Ben Affleck broke the house, and I think they banned him because banned him and accused him of counting cards. Oh yeah, they throw you out for that. Uh-huh. He won millions. Ooh, all right, Ben Affleck. I hope he's not addicted to it and knows how to walk away, honey. Because our experience of gambling, you go back and put every one of them millions right back, honey. That's what they count on. A lot of times they want you to win something at first. There's a casino south of Indianapolis and one in Anderson, Indiana. Okay. Yeah, I know things have changed a lot. You used to have to go to Vegas, but now it's all over. It's a good business model. I mean, they're not putting up anything. They just let you destroy yourself. Disney, Paramount, and Universal own many other. There's no way you could have all this information in your brain, Goonies. I think you sit there and you look up stuff as we're talking. You know too much. So Disney, Paramount, and Universal. Yeah, so it's mostly corporate now, owns most of the big casinos. Or so they say. They don't tell us the truth, honey. Y'all see a movie called Casino? With who is it? Stop, boy! God damn, I can't think. Ding dong! Forgive my dog. Excuse me for a minute. Excuse me 1 minute, please. You want to go in the dungeon? What you doing? Put it right here. Sit down the bum. Stay there and be quiet, okay? He came this close to lock up. Mo Green started gambling in The Godfather, but Mo Green made the mistake of slapping that brother around though. Michael Corleone said, "You checked my brother? You straightened my brother up?" No, he was banging the girls. He was banging the girl. Too late, bro. It's too late. Here's my offer: Robert De Niro, Sharon Stone, Joe Pesci. Oh, you're talking about Casino. That was a good movie too. I like that one. Mm-hmm. It's about Joe Pesci. I guess he got too old. He didn't retire now. Yeah, everybody's old, honey. Mm-hmm. Don't yell at the baby. Okay, I'm sorry, baby. And your ding dong. Okay, ding dong. I rub it back. Okay, ding dong. The dog trains me instead of the other way around. Mm-hmm. Joe Pesci just did The Irishman. Irishman, that's about, what is it, 5 years ago? That's a while ago. Is that his last movie, though? I watched that, but I think I fell asleep. I got to watch it all the way through. That was the story of Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, The Irishman, that's not a new movie, though. It's been around for a while. They are still filming the movies. Primo Water said, don't be hollering at the baby and stop putting him in the dungeon. He ain't in the dungeon shit. The apartment is the exact same amount of space in the bedroom, except it's skinnier, But he has free reign in there, honey. He ain't in no real dungeon. I love him too much. Call him the Ding Dong. That's what his nickname. The Squeenie. Squeenie was the pet name for my lover. My first dog, Jimmy Dog. My lover's name was Jimmy, so I named him Jimmy. I always want to say his name. And then this dog, he became Squeenie because I was always called Jimmy Squeenie in the privacy of our home. Both are still filming. How you know? De Niro still works. But all the Italian actors, pretty much, if you watch a lot of gangster movies and all that, there's only a certain amount of actors, right? So they all appear in the same stuff, basically. Pesci and De Niro and all these people. Joe Pesci is on a TV series right now? Oh. Well, I don't know. I don't want to retire him early. He said he was retiring, though, or barely working. So I don't know. He was a good actor. He's great in Goodfellas. Butkus. What is Butkus? I know where you live. Oh, green, okay. Did I speak to some people? Poor guy, so talented. Yeah, that's right, Sandra. I hate to see people working themselves to death, though, and going to end up with nothing. So we'll have to wait and see what the actual story is. MGM says no, he doesn't owe us any money at all. I think it's a stretch. Where does this story come from? Who broke the story? How do they have the information? Right? People who know him certainly would know if he's sitting at the damn casino all night. They know. I'm sure all the people in his camp know. People leak information because we have to ask, well, where the hell did the information come from? right? Somebody leaked it. Okay. Who's here? Okay, you wonderful people. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all who believe in prayer, prayer changes things. Pray for that man. Right? We don't see anybody abused. I get the impression he's being abused and kept and been manipulated through these debts. I don't know. Okay, so thanks for coming in today, people. Y'all have a wonderful day. Check in with you later.